What's happening? I feel like that's how I had to come in.
Why? Because it's after
Just after
dark.
after that music, I just feel like I had to come in and be say, "Hey, good evening.
What's happening?
What's happening? The quiet storm.
What's up,
What's up, family?
everybody? Happy Saturday night. Happy have a conversation after dark.
Donna is in the house
Yay,
hanging
we're
out with us.
back.
What's up, Donna?
Hello, Donna.
Thank you for thank you for being here. We appreciate you
Let me share this.
for being here with us. So if you're watching and you read the description, you already know what we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about um, well, I gave it a title when I put it on here. So the title is Should I Check Her or Should I Check My Husband?
Mm-hmm.
Should I check her or should I
Should
check
I
my
check her? Should I
husband?
check my
So
husband?
if you did not read the description, we I will quickly read the description. It says, wives, a woman is constantly coming on to your husband and trying to get him to notice her. She plays innocent and insists she's just being friendly,
Mm-hmm.
or she's blatantly flirting with him. Do
Mm-hmm.
you confront her, or do you confront your husband?
Hmm.
Let's talk about it. Donna already chimed in. She said, "I'm checking both, just
Okay.
because."
Just
Okay,
because. I know that's
just
right.
because I'm checking both, just because. So, I'm, man, I'm kind of hoping some guys get on here because
I
I
hope so
I want
too.
to I want to be a little bit controversial,
Mm. Of
just
course you do.
a little
Of
bit.
course you do.
Donna said, "Actually, her." Donna says
Her.
she's checking her
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
So, okay, she's Donna's gonna check the woman in this. So here's the thing, right? If I am, and maybe this is too early to ask this question, but if I am not phased,
Hmm.
does it matter?
Yes, it matters. I think it matters because, and I think that's the case with quite a few husbands. Let's just put it this way. Yes, it matters. To me, it matters, especially, okay, I have a lot of thoughts running through my mind. Sorry.
Hmm.
I think it if you're not phased,
Hmm.
yet it concerns me or it matters to me,
Hmm.
then it should matter to you. Or not that it should matter to you, but something in my opinion should be said. No, you don't think?
Well, I don't know. I think, well, first of all, I think and I can't speak for all guys. I can only speak for some guys. Some guys are not paying attention. They're not cognizant of what's actually happening.
And that was the next thing I was going to say too. You know, a woman's intuition is a real, it's like really, it's heightened.
I agree with that.
And I think more so than
I may
a
need to turn the light on.
man's.
Go ahead.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And so, yeah, I think that if it's concerning me
Hmm.
or if it's concerning the wife, the husband needs to pay closer attention to that because often a husband might say that they're not phased or it doesn't bother them
Hmm.
or they don't even notice it.
Hmm.
But if the wife is bringing it up, you should take notice of it because often wives can see what husbands cannot see. Does that make
That
sense?
makes sense. And what are you asking the husband to do? So take notice, meaning what?
Uh, I think I think for me, if I saw that in a woman coming to you that way, if I
Mm.
noticed it, I would come to you, bring it up and say, just watch her, be careful
Mhm.
watch it or whatever. And if I feel like it's getting to the point where it's just always consistent and maybe even progressing,
Mhm.
I would be like, you need to probably say something to her.
Mm. Okay.
And I might say something. I'm still on the fence as to whether I would say something
Mhm.
or if I would ask you to say something. Because I don't think that either one is wrong. I think that
Okay.
both are fine depending on what you choose to do.
Okay. Donna said, "I'll help him pay close attention." How would you do that, Donna? How would you help him pay uh, close attention in terms of flirting? So, for those of you who are kind of, I see the numbers kind of jumping in and out. So, if you read the description, hopefully you read the description. Basically, the question that we're tossing around here is: should I check her or should I check my husband? Um, a wife is a woman is constantly coming on to your husband. Um, what do you do? Who do you check? Do you check her? Do you check him? From a guy, I would like to hear from a guy's perspective because the question I asked was, if I'm not phased by it, why does it even matter? That was the question I asked. So I really hope some guys come on because I don't want to be, I don't want to sit on this limb by myself, but
I I think
hey, Judith.
as hi Judith, I think as with anything else that concerns your spouse, even if you're not phased by it and you don't think it's a big deal,
Mhm.
I think like with anything else, if it concerns your spouse, then you should listen to her. Her meaning your wife.
Okay.
You should listen to her like you would with anything else,
Mhm.
right? So why not with this?
Uh, Agreed. That's a good point. That's a fair point. Let me ask you this question. Let's go back a little bit first. Define coming on to
Okay.
and flirting, because then that's the next limb that I would go out on is, what if what you consider coming on to, I don't.
That's true. I was just thinking of the conversation we were having with a few couples a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ways that this woman was coming on, I don't know if it's flirting per se. I guess the person doing it would need to define what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But the other woman was coming up to the husband and always hugging the husband and not so much or not as enthusiastically acknowledging and saying hi to the wife.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's one way. I've even heard people say that other women will, if they're out at a potluck or something, other women will make their husband a plate. Like, oh, here, I made your plate.
Yeah,
Like,
that's stupid.
I mean, I've heard that though. I've heard that.
Yeah, that's
And what else did they say in the conversation? That or flirting could be like, "Oh, you look really good today. Good thing you're married," type thing.
now that's
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
that that's that's blatant. Good thing you're married, because you implying that if I wasn't married, I
Right.
would be able to smash. So that's blatant.
So what would you do if someone said that to you?
Um,
Cuz I know you and you are such a nice person that you would probably laugh it off and say, "I appreciate that." And
I would laugh it off, but hold on, I'm gonna answer you in a second. Let me get some of these comments. So Donna said, if he's paying close attention to me, if a man is involved, then do the same. I think that was to what we were speaking about in terms of how do you help him pay close attention.
okay.
Winking. That so flirting is winking. She also said, no hugs unless it's 3 second 3 second
3
church
second
hug.
church hug.
3 second church hug. Howard said, yes, that's blatant. Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
So the whole so the hey, if you looking real good today, it's a good thing you married. Now that's
Mhm.
you was in so many words, you were just like you could get it,
Yeah,
right?
because sometimes
That's blatant.
that's blatant and sometimes, people are bold like that.
People are bold like that. So let me answer your question. If that were to happen to me,
Yeah, that
quite honestly, it would depend on, and this is going to sound hypocritical, but I'm being honest. It would depend on where I was, and it would depend on who it was.
I
Now,
I can see why you would say that.
right.
To me, it wouldn't matter.
So, so what you know about me is that you said I'm a nice person,
Hmm.
right? And I am a nice person. However, in certain situations, you're gonna get checked.
Mm.
It depends on where I am and depends on who it is, right? So there's certain people that I'll laugh it off, and I'll give you an example of where I would laugh it off. So there's certain people I would just laugh it off and be like, there's certain people that they would get checked, and here's the reason why certain people would get laughed off. People who don't know me, who don't know us, who don't have no connection to us whatsoever. Some chick in the mall, some just a nobody.
Hmm.
And I hate to use that word because I know that sounds mean, but it just inconsequential. Never gonna ever see them again. It don't matter one way or the other. I'm in the Apple store, whatever it is. I'm gonna be like, all right, whatever, right? But you know me, you know my wife, you're connected to us somehow. We go to church together, something like that. You getting checked because you out of line.
What if we're
You playing yourself at that point
what
because
do
you
you,
know us.
what do you mean connected somehow? Because it can be someone that knows us, as in we go to the same church, or we frequent the same groups of church, or same, yeah, groups of churches that are in our
Yeah.
area, or even in the state, in the DMV, right?
Hmm.
Is that what you mean by connected?
Yeah. If there's any consistency in our interaction,
Okay.
whether it be few and far between or not, if there's any consistency, if somebody we go to church with, if it's somebody that's in the marriage ministry group, if it's somebody that's that there's some level of interaction that's going to continue to happen,
Mm.
you playing yourself by doing that. So I'm going to tell you that you're doing it.
Mm.
If it's somebody if it's in Giant, if it's in the mall, like that, I don't even care. Like, say whatever you want to say. Like, that don't mean nothing to me
What if
whatsoever.
it is one of those people, but we're not in church?
Same thing. You're still getting checked. If there's some connection, you know that you're crossing the line. And I'm not saying that the other people don't know that they're crossing the line,
Mm-hmm.
but the other people, you get to walk away from them and you don't ever see them again.
Mm-hmm.
So those kind of interactions mean absolutely nothing to me. You can say, do whatever you want to say. It means nothing. Let me get some of these comments. Um, yeah, Howard says, Blade. Hey Sam, what's up? Thank you for joining. Man, Sam, what time is it? It's like 3 in the morning, isn't it, over there? Like, I appreciate you being up with us. Thank you. That's dope. Thanks for coming through. Um, so Judith explained that comment. So I think you meant if you're not married. I used to get upset when the woman would say your husband gives big hugs. I then started to say he sure does. Yeah, you can embrace it. And especially if you don't, especially if you know that he not really, you know him, so you know that's not what he's trying to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a utility service guy come into our house and start calling pet names. I had to check this ASAP. Okay, so okay,
Pet
so
names like.
so this makes me alter what I just said. I was saying if it's somebody in the store, if it's
Mm-hmm.
somebody in the mall, that's too close for comfort.
Mm.
Even if it's somebody I don't know and I'm never gonna see again, but you're in my home,
Mm-hmm.
now you crossing the line at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to get
Pet
checked.
names as in sweetheart,
Yeah, that kind of like,
baby.
yeah, you got to
Yeah.
get checked. You in the
Yeah.
house? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it said baby, sweetheart.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got to get
Yeah.
checked at that point. You in the
Yeah.
house? Yeah, come on. Stop playing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Now, here's the thing.
Exactly. Instead of Mrs.
Here's the thing. Now, let's get even further controversial. There are some people who like that to happen because it proves that they still got it.
Well, if that's what they need in order to feel like they still have it, then to me, then that's a problem with their relationship. Like, why do you not feel, why is your spouse not giving you that affirmation for you to feel that way?
I think it's a little bit of two things. One, their spouse might be giving them affirmation. Well, let's go the other route first. One, their spouse might not be giving them affirmation, and so they're seeking it elsewhere. There are some where their spouse is giving them affirmation,
Hmm.
but they want to feel like they are still valuable outside of that relationship. And that's a them problem. That's not their spouse's problem. Their spouse
Okay.
is doing what they're supposed to be doing. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I just want to I want to know,
Yeah.
and I want the satisfaction of knowing that all these other chicks are still checking me.
I don't
So,
understand why.
but people do that. Think about it. There are listen, if we're going to be honest, many of us get dressed with the thought in mind that yeah, I'm going to be killing them.
Killing who though? Like,
Anybody who watches, and essentially
no.
saying that there's some attention that they're going to get from this that they want.
I
You gotta admit it. A
no,
lot of people.
I do not agree. I I,
Come on
I
now.
don't agree.
I'm telling you, if it,
I do not agree. I think that sometimes we wear whatever it is we wear and we're like, man, I look good today. But it's, if you're saying you're killing them, maybe your girl is gonna your my girlfriend is gonna be like, girl, that is a cute whatever. You look so cute, but I'm not doing it so that I'm killing them. I'm killing them as far as I want the attention from the guys. Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
know what you're saying, but I promise you, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I promise you that that thinking is in the minority.
I
I
don't
pro
know.
Elizabeth, I'm trying to tell you.
I don't know about that one.
People get dressed, they put on the right fragrance, they put on all this stuff
For people
so
of the opposite sex,
they get the attention.
I don't agree.
And here's the thing, it's not even that they even want to act on the attention.
Hmm.
They just want the attention. They have no there are people who fit into two different categories. There are people who want the attention and they want to do something with it. They want to be tempted. There are people who don't even want to do anything. They just want the attention because they want to be like, "Hey, I'm still that guy."
I don't agree.
All
Why
right.
would you want that type of attention from someone of the opposite sex?
Let's go to the comments. Let's go to the comments.
Okay.
What y'all doing? Hey, what's up, Camilla?
Camilla, what's up,
Thanks for coming
girl?
through. Thanks for coming through. To a degree, yes, but my spouse was insecure.
Insecure.
Have a lot of I gave a lot of affirmation. It
It
was an
was an
attention
attention
problem.
problem,
Okay.
even in the church setting.
So, and listen, I applaud the fact that there's some self-awareness around that,
Hmm.
right? So, and that's what really should happen. This is not an advice show, but I'm going to say this. That is what should happen because then you can craft strategy on how to have that not happen again, right?
Camilla, so I want to know Camilla's opinion on this. So if a woman is blatantly or even not blatantly sending signals trying to be noticed by your husband, do you address it with her or do you talk to your spouse and be like, you need to go check her?
Yeah, so
Who's checking her?
that's really the question we're asking tonight. So, who gets checked? Should I check her or should I check my husband?
And here's the other thing too. I hope that more men come on because it can be a flip. It can flip. It
Hmm.
can be the same thing for guys or for
It,
women.
it is this. It is.
So I want to know in that instance, what, like, would you check the guy or would you tell me to? I know you. You would probably just leave it alone.
No. Well, it depends. It depends. Hold on. Let me hold that thought.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
get through the
Okay.
rest of
Okay.
these comments. So Stacy said attention seekers do that. Um
Oh, people trying to see if they still got it.
People are always trying to see if they still got it. I'm telling
I
you. I
okay.
I'm
Well,
telling you that
may,
that is matter of fact, I have heard people say that.
really?
Matter of fact, there's a post, man, I wish I could find it. There was a post that I'm not going to call the name. There was a post that somebody put up saying that um, she was getting catcalled across the street from
Mm-hmm.
across the street,
Mm-hmm.
right? In her comments,
First of all, cat call, but go
well,
ahead.
that's the word that's what she
I
used.
understand.
So basically, guys were whistling whatever they doing, right? So in their comments was somebody who was like, "That happened to me the other day, and it felt good because it let me know I still got it."
Why do you need to know that you still got it for anyone else but your spouse? This
All,
is what
all I'm
I do not
saying,
understand.
all I'm saying is that there's more in that majority than there are in the minority. That's all
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
So, absolutely, definitely, absolutely, attention. A lot of women, a lot. See, I got some folk in agreement with me.
I think
I
it's
think
the
it's the
ego
ego.
they want to be
I agree with that,
boosted.
Sam. I agree with that. I agree with that. Karen said I've been there.
Attention is sometimes all we need.
Yeah. Now
Huh.
we coming back to that, Karen. We coming back to that in a second. I agree, Denise. My mind is too full
For
for
trying to
trying to
dress for
dress.
other men. This is what I'm saying.
Camilla, y'all are in the minority. Listen, every woman who watches this can fight me, but I'm trying to tell you, you're in the minority, and
I'm
that's
real
fantastic that that's your mentality. But you're not in the majority.
I'm
I promise you,
surprised by that. I
you're
really
not in
am
the majority.
surprised.
Both. I would address him first. Okay.
But if it was constant or more than once, I would check her. I think that's what I would do, Stacy.
So, wanting to have attention and reassurance, I believe, is coming from a place of your own
Own
insecurities. I agree
insecurities.
with that.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Mm,
See,
I,
thank you. I got somebody with
they
me.
are in the minority.
That you're in the
Hmm.
minority. I promise
Okay.
you. So,
Now I want to go back to that comment
mhm,
of it coming from your a place of your own insecurity.
Sam's comment. Mhm, okay.
What if it's because this is different. So for, say this happened, right?
Hmm.
You um were unfaithful at some point in time,
Hmm.
right? Now we're back together, we're good, we're cool or whatever. Now there is someone that is coming on to you trying to get you to notice them or whatever.
Hmm.
Um how does how does that, as far as insecurities go, am I insecure if I tell you to go check her? Is that my insecurity or is that my this happened before and I'm trying not to let it happen again?
It's insecurity, but it's not unwarranted
It's not unwarranted.
because I already stepped out, and
Yeah.
so it's not unwarranted. So for you to see some signs and be triggered in one way or another, that's
Yeah.
that's it. Just is what it is at
Yeah.
that point, right? That's not. I don't think that's wrong.
Hmm.
That is insecurity, but I think with this comment, basically, in terms of the people who get up and get dressed, can I tell you how many people get dressed for work? Folk who go into the office
Mm.
knowing that they are going to get the attention.
Mm.
I listen, Elizabeth, I worked for a company and you know where I worked. And there's 6 buildings on that campus.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 3 women to every guy.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you you're in the minority.
Huh. But those women, right? Those 3 women to every guy, all of them are married, or most of them are married.
No, they're not all married. Some are married, some aren't. But I promise you, married or not doesn't make a difference. They dressed because they knew what was going to happen when they walked in that office.
Hmm.
And it happens.
Yeah. Wow.
Guys are like, yo, like for real, fam? Like,
Mm.
did you see that? They know that that's what's going to happen.
Mm-mm-mm.
And so they dress for it. I promise you, happens every day.
Mm.
Every day. Where we at? Donna said, I know I still got it. I don't wait for man to tell me except my husband. Listen, I love it. I love it. I love it. Sam said, because you wouldn't want to get hurt
Hurt
again.
again.
Yeah.
And maybe you get your pride hurt again. We don't want to seem like fools if it happened again. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think forgot. So let's flip it
Yeah,
because
let's
really,
flip it now.
so the question really was aimed at the wives and what
That was only because that was the conversation we were
that we
having.
were having,
But I
right?
should have just made it, I should have said spouse and not wives.
No, I think that was a good place to start
Okay.
because I think we can then flip it because I feel like regardless of what I say about this side that we started,
Mm-hmm.
there is a double standard for the other side.
You think?
I'm willing to admit it because yeah, I'm willing to admit it. And then we'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
I love to dress and get lots of compliments on my style and what I wear, but I do it for me. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. What are you thinking?
No. I was I was gonna get controversial and challenged, but I don't know you. I don't I can't say that that's right or wrong, right? So
I'm
I get
just
it, and there are people like that, right?
mm,
There are people who really are stylish, and that is the goal. The goal is to be on the style meal on the style meter. The goal is to hit 10,
but here's
and
the
that is some people,
here
right?
here
And I'm cool with that.
yeah, here's the thing though. It's okay to get compliments from someone of the opposite sex if you're
Yes.
married. I agree with that. I give compliments and I think it's okay to be given compliments. Where you cross the line, in my opinion, is when, like, the person said, go went as far as to say, good thing you're married. That's
Oh
crossing the
yeah,
line.
that's way
If
over the
I
line.
say to someone of the opposite sex, you look really nice. I like that suit. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
So
I, there's nothing wrong.
wanting to receive compliments is fine, in my opinion.
And here's the thing: the reason why Stacy said say it, the reason why I
Mhm.
didn't say what I was going to say is because everybody doesn't. Everybody who wants the attention doesn't want suspect attention.
Yeah,
So everybody who wants the attention doesn't want suspect attention. I'm going to put myself on the chopping
agree,
block.
agree, agree.
I'm gonna put myself on the chopping block in front of all of you who are watching right now. So if you don't see us again after tonight for a long time, know that I could be playing myself what I'm about to say right now.
Oh my
So
goodness.
listen, I have in the past worn certain fragrances because I knew people were gonna say something.
Why? Why do you need
I
people? You
I
see,
just like
people
it
or women?
because I'm vain in that way.
So
It
women.
has nothing to do it has nothing to do with what kind of attention I got. So I didn't. So let me clarify. I didn't put on the fragrance so that people would flirt with me. I put on the fragrance because I know people are going to ask me, "Man, what you wearing?" Or, especially when I was in DSS, I had to walk all 6 of those buildings, right? So I always knew somebody. I would go fix somebody's computer, and they would say something. Man, you smell good. Thank you. Appreciate that. I ain't trying to flirt with nobody. I'm off to the next computer.
And that's what
We
I
ain't having no conversation.
uh,
We ain't talking about nothing.
yeah, and that's what who said it? They like to I love to dress. Stacy said it. I love
Stacy,
to
yeah.
dress. Yeah.
And that's why I didn't comment because I'm like, there are people who that's all they really want. They're like, listen, man, I'm this is dope, and I know it's dope, and we just gonna want you to know it's dope too. That I get it. I think that happens. However, I still think even those folk are in the minority
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
because
Okay.
there are people who not only do they want the compliment, but they want whatever lingering kind of undertone, innuendo kind of thing is going to happen next. They want that too.
Mm.
I promise you.
And you're saying you wanted that too?
No. I'm not having, you know me. I ain't having no conversation with nobody.
Yeah, I know.
No, nobody. You smell great today. Thank you. Peace.
Mm.
We ain't talking about nothing else. Nothing. So, but there are people who they want more. They want more than that. Camilla said, it's interesting to me. Do you think your spouse gives you that attention regularly? You don't try to dress for the opposite sex
It's
when your
interesting to
spouse gives
me.
you.
Do you
Um,
think when your spouse gives you that attention regularly, you don't try to dress for the opposite
I think it
sex?
depends on the person
I think it depends on
because
the
there are
person
some
too.
people there. What are you about to say?
No, I think it depends on the person too because yeah, I just think it depends on the person
There
as
are
well.
some people who are greedy. They are
Mm,
getting everything they need at home.
mm.
They just want their cake and they want to eat it.
Is that greedy or does that go back to insecurity?
It could it could be a combination of both. It could
Mm,
just be it could be insecurity. It could be selfishness. It could be that you just a jerk,
hmm,
plain and simple. Like
hmm.
you just don't have no respect for the union that you're a part of.
Yeah.
And so you just feel like you can just do and say whatever you want to do. That's me too. I dress for style because I love to feel good, but I am humble in receiving compliments.
Mm.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Uh
So just be noticed.
oh, sorry.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's is that yeah, is that
Uh to yes, so there I think there are people that fall into a couple categories. There are people who want to be noticed. There are people who want that noticing to have a little extra on it, on top of it,
okay?
because they just want to know that they are doing that. So should you check those folk, right? Because we're gonna flip the script. Let me go through these comments real quick. We're gonna flip the script. That's what the ego wants,
Mhm.
indeed. Donna said that they're being greedy. I don't think I'm seeking compliments from other men. My husband gives compliments all the time.
I just
I just
like
like the clothes.
clothes.
Okay.
Exactly. Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree.
If the need is being met by the husband, you're good. All right. So
Yes.
here's the other side of the coin. If a man is coming on to you, or a man's flirting with you, or a man is, suggestive in one way or another, do I check you or do I check the man? Um, I think that's going for me. I can't answer for any other guy. For me, that's going to depend on the scenario, right?
Okay.
If somebody puts their hands on you inappropriately, you're going to see the me that you met in college.
But what is cuz when we were talking about that woman coming and hugging um this person's husband,
Hmm.
it wasn't necessarily that the hug was inappropriate or
Hmm.
the hands were placed inappropriately. It was just you can tell the attention was given more so to the husband and she wanted the husband to notice her and always would go out of her way to hug the
Hmm.
husband.
I don't think that a guy is going. Well, I'm talking for us now.
Okay.
I don't think that a guy is going to do that to you
Yeah, but this is a
because
what
I don't look like I don't look like the kind of person that should be ignored.
You're right.
I just don't. And I don't mean to do that on purpose. That's just who I am. It's just my
Yeah,
demeanor.
but
I
what
don't
if
look like the
though? What
person.
if it's a what if scenario?
Okay, so the what if that happens, then yes, I'm saying something. And again, depending on the scenario, that's going to depend on what I say.
Mm,
So it may be as simple as me just coming up and be lying, just coming up and just saying, "Hey, what's good? What's good, fam? What's good,
mhm,
dude? How
mhm,
you doing?"
mhm,
So I'm here,
mhm.
right? If if you getting this if you're getting this frontal hug, the Oliver hug, it's after dark, so we can talk about what the Oliver hug is the type of hug that wants to feel something pressed up against him. So if a guy is doing that,
Mhm.
yeah, you're gonna see the guy that you met in college
Mm,
because guys can see that.
mm.
And it's funny that guys can see that, but yet be unaware of
Right.
the other way around.
Yeah, that is weird because women can see
And here's the thing,
what husbands don't see.
guys can see it because guys know what they want.
Mm.
I know what that hug is
Yeah.
because I want it. I
Mm.
get it quite often.
Mm-hmm.
So if I see it, I can recognize it.
Yeah. Mm.
And that's gonna be a problem.
This is blowing my. Put that up there. Put that
What's that?
comment up there.
Uh
The bottom one. The bottom
Hold
one.
on, I think I skipped one. Oh no, that's it. Okay.
This is blowing my mind because the New York in me doesn't let a guy joke too long with me. People say I'm mean. Right. People say
Yeah.
he's mean too.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
get it, Camilla. And I mean that's but I'm telling you, you're not in the majority.
Mm. So, what if it was a situation um where I guess you answered it already. You said it would depend on this the situ you it would depend because I was going to ask you what if it was a situation where I just didn't notice it, but you noticed it. What if it wasn't a hug,
Hmm.
but it was like this dude, he seems to be paying a little bit too much attention to Nisi.
I would tell you.
You would tell me.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Would
would.
you tell me to say something or would you tell me to watch out for him?
I just tell you watch him.
Mm,
I'll just tell you to watch him, because here's the thing: what I don't want people who are on here watching this to think is that I'm just this hothead that's just gonna blow up. I have been that guy,
mm-hmm,
but I'm not that guy today. I have a lot more self control than I did 15 years ago.
mm-hmm,
So I would tell you to watch out for him, but then I'm gonna watch him too,
mm-hmm.
right? So, um,
I would dress nice, do hair, makeup, etc. to get attention because I didn't feel good about myself, and felt I needed the attention to feel good. Now I dress nice, etc. because I'm loving myself, and it'll it's a reflection of how I'm feeling. And
forget
if I
compliments, I guess.
receive compliments, I appreciate them. I don't need them.
That's what's up, Sam.
Yep.
And I know Sam, so I know her story and the transformation that she has experienced, and so I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Um, Sam, you're in the minority.
You're in the
Let
minority, Sam, as
let's be
well.
clear.
Yeah,
Let's
that
be clear.
but I understand that though. I understand um I to me I think often that may be where the seeking attention comes from, not the latter half of what Sam said, but the first part of what she said
Hmm.
because she didn't feel good about herself initially.
Hmm.
And so I get that. I feel like often that's where the seeking attention comes from or stems from. So yeah, I get it.
Donna said I don't understand as well.
She said I understand
Oh,
as
I
well.
understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, yes, but that's rare these days. You're right. You're right.
Hmm.
So let me ask a question for those of you who are watching right now. Let me ask you a question. We're talking about who would get checked and who wouldn't get checked and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
What behavior is inappropriate? So we know the blatant stuff, like what you said earlier when we first started this, where somebody's like, "Oh, you look good today. Glad you must, you better be thankful you're married." We know that kind of stuff is over the line. We know the groping is over the line. We know that. But what are the subtle things that you would check somebody for? What are the subtle things? Like is if somebody says something to you but they don't touch you, they don't like what's inappropriate? What falls under the category of being inappropriate?
Well, I don't know if there's anything else. So I think the blatant things are the inappropriate things. I don't know. I mean, if it, I don't know what. Mm. So, for example, I think it's inappropriate again if it's bothering me.
Okay.
It's inappropriate. I can define what's inappropriate.
Okay.
Don't you? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep. I know what you're saying.
So for me,
So that might be different for different people then.
exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
about it. Messaging me late night Yeah. We can't
Definitely.
do that. That's out the
You know what
box.
else
That's
oh,
out the box right
you
there.
made me think of something, Camilla. I have
Whisper.
people that have told
Don
whisper.
Donna is a mess, man. Donna said, "Don't you be whispering in my at my husband. Don't you be whispering to my don't you be whispering to my husband." I know that's right.
No, going back to Camilla's comment made me think of something.
Mm,
People have said to me, I'm
mhm.
not going to name any names, that married men, if they see them, if they notice that they're live, like not live, if they notice that they're on,
Can you? Sorry.
is
Can
it
you
too
put it?
loud?
Just put it in front. Yeah.
Huh?
Put the mic. Just push the mic so you can put it in front of the mic.
Oh,
Yeah.
um, married men have, if they notice that they're on, for example, Facebook, because you can go into Facebook Messenger,
Hmm.
and I guess if it's green, you can tell that the person is
Is there?
active.
Yep. Hmm.
That married men have messaged them things like, "What are you doing up?" or "Hey, how you doing?" or whatever. Why are you messaging me
Nope.
and you know I'm married?
Nope. Nope.
Why are you messaging me and you're married, even if I'm not married?
That's out the box.
That's inappropriate.
That's out the box.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you at that point.
Really?
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
You messaging my wife late at night?
Right.
Yeah, fam.
Yeah. Why are you
Yeah,
doing
you
that?
don't want to see me next time. That's
Yeah.
unacceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
Agreed.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Um,
Whisper. That is so
yeah, that's
funny
funny.
to me.
Gary said my wife would have to tell me when she was uncomfortable. So
Yes.
I'm with you, Gary, because there are certain things, right? And my wife can attest to this. There are certain things. I am a I don't like this word, but people have used this word. It's interesting because different people view me differently. There's some people who look at me and they're like, he's unapproachable.
Mhm.
He might be mean. We don't know what he's thinking. But there's some people who are like, he's charismatic.
Yes, you are. You
So
are.
so
I've
that
told you that.
that sometimes garners responses that are not inappropriate, but that might make you feel uncomfortable. I don't know that for certain, but I'm just saying that's a
Say, what do you
possibility.
mean? Say that again.
So for somebody who's just nice and friendly and joking and whatever, that opens the door sometimes for things to take place that I may not feel like are inappropriate, but that make you feel uncomfortable. So I get what Gary's saying. You would have to tell me that.
Mhm. Yeah.
And here's the thing. If that happens, I love that Gary said this. If that happens, just tell your spouse. See what the whole should I check her or check him? Sometimes we check our spouse when all that we really need to do is be like, hey, babe, that exchange, I don't know. I didn't, I felt some kind of way about that. And it not be because here's what happens. You're gonna check your spouse, but you're gonna check your spouse in a way that's confrontational. And then they feel blindsided because they're like, I did absolutely nothing. Why are you coming at me like that?
Okay, I got you. I
So
was
you
trying to
got
follow where you were
right. So
going.
you got to be careful how you make them aware. I
Yeah.
think that's just me. I think, but yeah, I'm glad Gary said that, and thank you, Gary, for being here.
My
I didn't
wife
see
would
no
have
other
to tell
dudes here.
me.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you, my
Yeah.
dude. I was out on a limb a little earlier, like like dangling. Karen said a woman rubbing on your spouse.
Mm, I know someone that's done that to you, but I know the person. And so I know it was okay because I know the person didn't mean anything by it.
Okay,
So I
so
guess
it's
it would depend.
situational.
It's situational. I know someone that's done that to you, and you probably don't remember.
I
And
I don't.
I'm pretty sure she's done it more than once because this is just the type of person she is. Not you, only you.
Mhm.
She's just that type of person. So
She's
yeah,
handsy.
not
I'm just
really.
messing with you. Donna said, I'm loving this my husband is engaging in this with me.
Oh,
That's dope.
good,
Oh,
good.
thank you. So we got a couple guys. Pierre said he's here. Dope. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. Pierre's here. I'm here. That's what's up.
What's up, Pierre?
Howard said, all my wife has to say is, yo, what's up with that? Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Gary said, I think, no, I miss, did
Miss
I miss
Gary's
Gary's?
comment
Gary said, I would prefer my wife to
to
check
check
a
a female
female
if
if
she
she steps
steps
out
out
of
of
bounds.
bounds in
Ah,
her presence
okay.
when I think she should take care of it. I'm not
Because
going
he's
to.
not going to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
See, so Gary, I said that earlier, but I said it, for me, it's situational. For me, if it's somebody, if we in Giant or we in the mall and somebody say something reckless, I'm gonna be like, all right, whatever, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna never see you again. If it's somebody at church, if it's somebody who has some regular quote unquote interaction with me, then yeah, there's a chance you're gonna get disrespected.
Mm-hmm.
Because so and here's the thing, I'm not saying that just to be mean. I'm saying that because I am a shotgun communicator. So what I say to you next, I may not think first. I'm just being honest. I might not think first.
Yeah.
So you might get disrespected
Mm.
because you playing yourself, because you know my wife, you see her all the time. We in this space all the time or periodically. You know that. So you playing yourself.
Okay. It didn't really happen.
Yeah. All right, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh
All
my
right. So
gosh.
Sam said, I think when I was in a low
Mm.
state, any compliment I would have got a boost from. Now compliments in a sexual reference are just darn rude because I got respect for myself and I know my worth and have, yep,
Yeah.
that's what's up. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Donna said, don't rub the bald head. Oh, also, when someone asks super personal stuff,
Mm-hmm. They would get
yeah,
checked.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm with you on that
Mm-hmm.
because that's sometimes how those crazy office conversations start.
Mm-hmm.
Is asking you some personal thing about preference, about whatever, about whatever.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. I get it. He said, "I know that's right, Gary. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you."
Mm-hmm.
Pierre said there was someone at church that would always say hi and compliment our wife, how she was dressed, etc., and sometimes barely say anything to me. See, that's a problem,
That's a
bro.
problem.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
problem.
yeah,
It's okay to compliment someone of the of the opposite sex, someone that's married. It's okay for, I think, someone to come up to me and compliment me, but don't ignore my husband.
right. And I was just about to ask Pierre how did he handle it, but I see a comment coming out that's going to come up in a second. Um,
Yeah, that's just out of
because they
order.
know your situation. A stranger doesn't. Exactly. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, Sam. And that's the difference. That's why I could blow off people at work. Even if I'm gonna see them at work again, I could blow off people at work because there's no connection to me. Now, if my wife, if there was some interaction with these people at work all the time, then that would be a problem. They would get checked too.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, you know them. You know them.
mm-hmm.
Pierre said Pierre said, trust to believe. There was a time I
Really?
almost let him have it.
I would have let him have
Listen,
it.
listen, fam.
That's out of order.
That's a no no.
He was very, very close to being inappropriate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a no no.
that's
Like
out of order.
that's a no no.
Mm-hmm.
Unacceptable. But Pierre, actually, you said you were very close to letting him have it. So who did he ever get checked, or did you just have a conversation with your wife?
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to like let me know what how did that who where was the conversation? Who had the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Don't play in my face or my husband's. I'm with you. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
shotgun communicator. Yep. Yeah. So I can't, you know,
Yeah.
you playing yourself. So listen, I'm gonna give you. No, I'm not. Forget it. I'm not.
What?
I'm not. This is not even. This didn't happen when we were married. But I was gonna give an example. It's a crass example. I'm not gonna give it.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give it.
Don't do that.
I was at a, I, somebody.
Don't
I
do
was
it.
at a club pre-marriage,
Mm-hmm.
and something happened to me at the club that in this day and age now, as I think back, was abuse.
Sorry.
It was abuse. I was abused at a club. And the reason why I'm bringing that up, you might be like,
Sorry.
what does that even have to do with this?
That's
The
not funny.
the reason why I said that is because I was gonna use that as an example to say, what if somebody did that? But nobody would do that. That
Nobody would
we would be
go
fine.
that
Listen,
far.
yeah, no, nobody would go that far.
You think?
What?
Nobody would go that far. I can't believe.
I know somebody right now, and I'm not gonna call their name. I know somebody right now that the same thing that happened to me in that club happened to
Happened to
him.
them and they're married. He's married?
Yep.
You're kidding.
By somebody at church.
No way.
I'm trying I'm trying to tell
Maybe
y'all.
I'm just too
I'm trying to
gullible.
tell
I
y'all
don't
this
know.
stuff like the people who have these wonderful, beautiful uh righteous thoughts are
Mm.
in the minority. I'm trying, I'm
Yeah,
trying
maybe
to
I'm
tell
just
you.
too gullible.
I'm trying to tell you.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm trying to tell you. It's crazy out here right now.
That's funny.
Justice Riley. Pierre said I jokingly let him know that he was close to crossing the line. Wife and I talked about it afterward. My wife is gorgeous any day, so I know to expect she would get compliments from other
Oh,
gender.
that's sweet.
You're a good man, bro. And I'm not saying you should have handled it any different. I'm just saying that's dope. Like
That's not what you would have
I don't
done.
know. I don't know what I would have done. Because for me, crossing the line now deserves something that is in alignment with the line you cross.
I agree. I understand that.
So
Yeah.
I think that's dope what you did, Pierre. I
Yeah.
don't know what I would have done. Like I don't know. There's some stuff I can blow off. The crossing the line stuff, I'm not 100% sure like how I'm dealing with that.
Mm.
Because here's the thing. The next thing is you got to know your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
I know you, and I know that you're not going to at least I haven't done anything yet. I don't think that will warrant you doing this. That you would actually seek out that level of attention for somebody to be inappropriate.
No.
There are some people who do. So now, if we're talking about who gets checked and who doesn't get checked,
Mm-hmm.
if you are out there, if you out there giving that vibe,
Like, hey.
you getting checked
Yeah.
because I expect the dude to respond that way.
Yeah. You're right.
But if you're not out there if you're not giving off that vibe, then the guy's getting checked.
Yeah.
And
I
I think
got you.
maybe that could work. I don't know. That's not going to work the other way around because women don't think that way. Women going from 0 to 10 regardless of where the vibe is coming from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on it. They're not thinking about where the vibe.
And some
And I'm
men,
generalizing women, so please don't shoot me on that. I'm being funny, but I'm really not. I don't think women will take the time to distinguish that as much as men would. Like who's giving off the vibe. They would just be like, this got to, we shutting this down.
Yeah, regardless of who's giving off what.
Right.
Shut it down. Yeah.
Right. Sam said, no. Did I miss?
Stacy.
Did I miss something from Sam? I think I did.
Oh.
It depends on how the other half reacts to a comment because then you need to check in with them to see what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. Our son plays sports, and a lady whose son also played
would always speak to my husband, but rarely say hi to me. My husband started to ignore her, and she stopped before I could address her.
Yeah, so he stepped in and was like, "Yeah, we gonna dead this now." So
Yep.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
And sometimes that has to happen. I love that your husband is self-aware enough to be like, get out of here with that foolishness. Right now, tell it.
Camilla wants to know what happened.
So the short version of here's the short version of the story. The short version of the story is I was in a club. I was in Chicago, and I was in a club, and no, wait a minute.
You were married?
I was married. I was married.
You were?
I'm just thinking I was married.
This was early on.
This was early. Yep.
It had to be early on because number one, you were in the club and we were married. That was early in our relationship.
That's in the first 2 years. I was married. Wow. You know what?
Whoa.
And you know what made me realize I was married is because of who I went there with. I'm not gonna
Don't
name
say.
names,
I was
but
gonna
you
say.
know who
Don't
I went there
say.
with. I went there with two girls who wanted me to go with them to keep them safe. And I'm the one that ends up getting abused. I'm I'm supposed to be at the club keeping them safe.
I
And
cannot with this.
yeah, it's crazy. So short version of the story is that um and I was literally, I promise you,
Mm, mm, mm.
as God is my witness, I was not I was not egging this on. Like, the hand to God, I'm not saying this for the camera. When the curtains, when we get to the pearly gates, you'll see that I was telling the truth. I'm literally hiding in different areas of the club from this person, and they continued to find me. And what she was doing was she was grabbing at me. And so if you understand the club, like, I'm in a packed
Oh
club in Chicago, and I just like, who touched me kind of thing. Because I mean, power didn't come out, but I was like, this is a problem. But I know people that's happened to,
my
like,
gosh.
recently.
Oh, you're killing me.
I know people that that's happened to recently, and I am literally hiding. Like, I'm hiding behind people. Man, it was crazy. That was crazy. It was crazy. But that's essentially, that's essentially
Oh
what I
my
was being groped in the
goodness.
club without my consent, and I was not enjoying it. There it is. That's what that's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened. So there you go.
Oh
There you go.
wow.
Yeah, and I forgot. Now that I remember who I was with, because the two females that asked me to go to the club with them were like, "Can you just go with us? Because we need a guy.
Oh.
Because we don't want to be out in Chicago and just having problems." And I'm the one that's having problems. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my
That's
goodness
crazy. That's a
gracious.
very different time in our lives, man. Very
Mm-mm.
different time. Let me see where we at. Crossing the line equals utter disrespect to me, so I'm going in. Yep, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. He wasn't a threat or risk. He wasn't going to come after her or make a pass. I get that. And you
Mm-hmm.
know what? You know what, Pierre? All jokes and hypotheticals aside, what I applaud about that is that you kind of assess the situation and you were able to be like, okay, I only got to put this much energy into this.
Right, 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 right.
I don't really got to, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't have to use up my capacity on some nonsense. So
Right.
I'm with you on that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Women don't think that way. So you talk about the vibe thing. Yes, I agree with you.
But the vibe direction would change my response.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Mm.
100%. Because then you got to check your spouse
Mm-hmm.
because it's your spouse's fault.
Yes. Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
So it's like I set a mouse trap. The mouse goes in the trap, and now I'm mad at the mouse. The mouse supposed to go in the trap. The trap was set for that reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that you got to check your spouse at that point. So
I feel like if you're seeking some attention elsewhere, you're lacking what you need or want in need in your own relationship. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I started out saying initially
mhm,
in the very beginning of this whole the whole show is that I feel like if you're seeking attention, then does that mean that you're lacking something
mhm.
at home or, in your own relationship?
Yeah, yeah, I get that. I'm
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Mhm.
Um,
Who
yeah,
touched me?
these comments about to get crazy now. So she is hats bald.
I'm yeah, I'm not
What you
sure.
saying? What you saying, Gary? Uh, I would have asked her. Got a dog named Reach. Yeah, that was crazy. So I'm gonna get to Sam's comment in a second because I was not giving off any vibes. I promise you. Listen, Camilla, the very first time it happened, right? I was so shocked. Like I was like, wait a minute, did I feel what I just felt? Like I'm questioning myself for a second. And then here's what's crazy. So I'm questioning, and I literally had that kind of response where like the who touched me response because I'm questioning myself, like, did I feel what I think I felt? And I didn't see the person who did it initially.
Oh, so you did find out who did it.
I did. And that's what kept me
Oh, that's
bouncing around the
right. You
club.
said you were hiding.
So initially when it happened, I was like, no, did somebody bump me? Or I was like, that can't, no, that's not possible.
That's funny. You are
But then what
hiding in the
happens is
club.
as I'm contemplating whether I'm really going crazy or not, I lock eyes with the person who did it.
Mm-mm.
And she was like almost like, yeah, so it's me. What? And I was like,
Oh,
nah,
wow.
this can't be happening right now. But yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
That
And
is
Sam, I promise you,
hilarious.
as God is my witness. Now, those of you who know us know that we're very transparent about our relationship. The first 18 months to 2 years of my relationship, I was wilding out.
Yeah.
I really was. And I promise you, in this instance, I was not giving off any vibes. Hand to God. I was not giving, I literally was there for the reason I was asked to be there. I went there to with two women who were like, "Can you please come with us because we don't want to go to Chicago by ourselves."
Mm-mm.
Literally, that was the only reason I was in that club that night. So I'm sitting at the bar. I got a drink or two. I'm just chilling. I'm not even dancing. And the people who were there, if you were to ask them now, they would tell you I wasn't even dancing at the club that night. I'm literally just chilling, just kind of keeping an eye on where they at because the club was ram packed.
Mm.
Just keep an eye on where they at. Da, 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 da. And I got to run all around the club running from this chick. It's like
Oh
this is
my
crazy. It
gosh,
was
that is
crazy,
hilarious.
crazy,
Mm-mm-mm.
crazy. You need an LED. That's a go. I need an LED ring. Yeah, that bro. It might not have worked. I don't know. It might not have worked. Pierre said about the vibe check. Aisha Curry, for example, sometimes people enjoy attention and don't. Yeah, I remember that Aisha
Don't
Curry thing
realize
where
they
she was.
crossed the line even if they weren't trying to do things. So what happened?
Do you
What?
remember that? I got to look it up again. But didn't she make some comment about she liked getting attention from other guys or something
Yes.
like that?
Yes, she did say that. I remember that
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
years back
And it doesn't have to be a lack of what's in
in
your
your
own
own
relationship.
relationship.
Yep, I agree with that.
It could also be that you're seeking more attention than you need. That's what you said.
Yep.
Yeah. You could be insecure and need personal counseling for that.
And that's what we said earlier. It was like that's not a spouse problem. That's a me problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm getting everything. I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting the affirmation. I'm getting, oh, you look good today.
Yeah.
All what you said earlier to me when I had on a shirt and tie when I went to the thing. I'm getting all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want more
Mm.
for whatever reason,
Yeah,
right?
then that is a me problem.
Sam says she believes me. Thank you, Sam. That means a lot to me because that means a lot to me. The question is, does this one believe me? That's the question, Sam. So, Sam, when you see me this week at Love Entrepreneurs, just ask me how my week is going. That's all. Just ask me. It might have been that eye contact. You should have kept your head down. You know what?
It must have been the eye contact.
Never thought about that.
That is just too funny. I can't believe
Could be.
I don't think you ever told me that.
Look at
Clearly, you didn't, never told me.
Donna. Donna trying to see Donna, you trying to get me in trouble.
What'd she say?
I believe you, baller. Donna, you causing trouble over here,
Donna.
Donna. You causing trouble. You got to stop it. Listen, we're going to get out of here, but we just want
Oh,
to have that conversation. Who checks who? And these Saturday night conversations are not about not necessarily about giving advice. We just want to
just
chop it
want to
up and
have a
just see
conversation.
what everybody thinks about it. And I think that for us, well, I'm not gonna say for us, I'm gonna say for me, it would be situational. We'd have to check who's giving off the vibe. We'd have to see. I love what Pierre did because he assessed the situation and determined how much energy he was going to give to it.
Yeah.
I think that's dope, and that's something maybe that I would have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've told you this in the past that I am, and I almost maybe shouldn't give this away, but I am standoffish to a degree on purpose, and I do that on purpose, and it's not because I'm trying to be antisocial. It's not because I'm. It's just I like to observe my surroundings so that I can be as observant as maybe you would be.
Okay.
What?
What do you mean? Observe.
Just everything, not necessarily to see if anybody's trying to flirt, but just I step back out of a scenario often so that I can just be observant.
Okay.
And I think for me, that helps me s- see things maybe that I might not have seen if I hadn't done that.
Okay.
That's I've always been that way. That's a characteristic of mine. I just
Mm-hmm.
kind of take it all in,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, um hopefully there's nobody you'll have to check. Now, before we get out of here, I have had to check somebody. Do you
Really?
remember? Do you remember when you I was going to say force, but that's not really the right word, but I'm going to use the word force.
Yes.
You forced me to check somebody
Yes,
that I
I
wasn't going to that I was
remember.
just going to be like whatever.
Mm-hmm. I
Which
remember.
which and the whatever contradicts what I said before because
That was
that person is
inappropriate.
connected
That
kinda
was
to us.
inappropriate. She's
It
not
was
connected to
inappropriate.
me. She's connected to you.
It was inappropriate.
That was
So,
inappropriate. And you had to cut that. You had to, and I'm sure that I know that you would not have acted on that. You clearly didn't by your response to what she said.
how did I respond?
I think you said something like, huh? Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You did. But
Yeah, because
then,
I think I was caught off guard by that. But I think the reason why I wasn't going to address it is because I didn't want to give energy to it.
yeah, but I don't agree with
So
that.
I
I know
just
we were
didn't want to
about to
be
wrap
like,
up, but
yeah, I
I
didn't want to be like, okay, he noticed that. So he said something. I just wanted to be like, all right, yeah, whatever.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with doing that. I think that because what Pierre said, he
Hmm.
knew that the dude, wasn't nothing was going to become of it.
Hmm.
I feel like had you entertained that, something would have become of it. And I'm not saying something
Hmm.
physical,
Hmm.
but there would have been more back and forth in that because it was a message. You
Hmm.
remember it was a
Hmm.
message?
Hmm.
There would have been more back and forth.
So so I hear you, but I don't think there would have been back and forth.
Okay.
I really
I
don't.
I do.
So here's what probably would have happened if I had not checked her. Here's probably what would have happened. So my response was like really like where what are you doing kind of thing, right?
Right. Yeah.
So if she had continued, I probably would have been like, nah, I'm not even trying to get down like that, and that would have been the end of it.
Hmm.
But she got checked, so here we go.
Yeah.
That, that's what it is. So
Yeah.
let me
I
get.
forgot about that.
We got some more. We got a couple more comments. So let's see. When women are insecure, any slight communication, unfortunately, can be taken the wrong way. Some just like a challenge. I agree with that.
Mm.
Some people do like a challenge,
Uh-huh.
and some people want to. Some people want to see how close they can get to the line without crossing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people do that. Don't get me wrong. I was hot though. Hey, bro, I hear you. I hear you. All made my night. Thank you for being here. We
Good
appreciate you.
night,
You have an
Donna.
awesome night as well, Donna. Have an awesome night as well. Thank you for being here. I need to see what type of time people are on. Indeed. Migs, I don't remember what she said. Do you
I
remember?
do. Mm-hmm.
You do?
Mm, yeah. I don't know that we should say it because
Yeah, holla at
then
me. Holla at me a little bit, Migs, because
because I don't know if this person
it
is
may give the
watching.
person away. Yeah, it
Yeah.
may give the person away. But get at me. We'll talk about it. um, I think there's room to say I could be wrong in what I'm seeing, but
But if
if
this
this
is your
is your
intent,
intent,
Go no
go no
further.
further.
Yep. Yep.
Agreed.
Yep. If I'm
Yep.
wrong, we're good. If I'm right, you now know. Yep.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. Listen,
See, that's very diplomatic because
it is very diplomatic, and
this
I respect that,
this spicy Caribbean person is not. That's
fam.
not gonna be my first
Listen,
thought of what how to say it.
it's not. This woman checked me to check the other person. Like she wasn't even like, "Hey, babe, you know what? This is inappropriate. You know, you should probably like say something." I got checked, fam. Like I was the problem.
Because this is why, not because you were the problem, but because, like I said in the beginning, you are sometimes, well, not that this has happened before, but you are just too nice and you don't want to make waves all the time. And you, like you said, you didn't want
Mm.
to give energy to it. And, you just want everybody to be good,
Mhm.
so you just rather not even give energy to it. You need to give energy to this. I'm sorry.
And I get that. I get it. I get it. I think for me, and I'm not making excuses, but for me, there is you know me. You know the person that you met, right?
Hmm.
And there's some things you don't. Well, I don't know if you some things you do know, like about the camperee before we got married and all that kind of. I have to talk about
Stop
that.
talking.
No,
You
no, no,
keep
no. This is
bringing
not.
up
No, this is
things.
not a bad thing. But I'm just saying in terms of my fuse, it was really short.
The
And
campery.
where I'm not, I don't want to talk about it right now, but where I had the confrontation with the camp director thing or whatever.
Mm.
Anyway, my fuse was really short before we got married, and it was very short a little bit into our marriage as well. And I think for me now, I'm just I'm pacing myself to make sure that I don't have to cross a line in
Mhm.
terms of how I react to somebody,
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
right? Which is why I said earlier, if it's like inappropriate, they're going to see who the person you met.
Mm. Yeah.
But outside of that, if I can wave it off and be like, "You stupid" or whatever in my head, and be like, "Yeah, whatever,"
Yeah.
you already know we don't get down like that. Then I'm going to stay on this side of that energy line
Mhm.
if I have to, because once I'm on the other side, then folk who only see me in this capacity
Right.
are gonna be like, "Yo,"
What is going
and
on
I'm
with
not
him?
saying that to out of any level of anger. She knows me, so she knows that if I get angry
Mhm.
about something, that's a very different side of the line than the line I'm on right now. So that's really what that's what that's about. So
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna get out of here, fam. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Saturday night. Set the bait, see if they bite.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Sometimes
sometimes,
you just got to find out.
sometimes oh man, that's
Mhm.
what's up. Listen, man, we appreciate you. Listen, if you know any couples, we're looking for 8 couples. Let me say this before we get out of here. We're
Yeah.
looking for 8 couples. We're looking for 8 couples that want to communicate on an extraordinary level, that want to recognize, manage, and recover from conflict in record time, and want to create a holistic, intimate bond that is so strong that it withstands all of the phases and stages of life. If you know any couple who might be interested in this, we are starting another cohort of the Make Love Better 6-week coaching experience. We're
Mhm.
starting that on when do we say June 4th?
June 4th. Yeah. The
Starts on
4th.
Sunday,
Yeah.
June 4th. We're looking for 8 couples. We're only going to take eight couples. We want it to be very intimate. So if you know anybody who is down for that, send them our way. Tell them to follow us on social media. Tell them to reach out to us, and we will get them involved. All right. So listen, man. As always, this was fantastic.
Mhm.
Lovely to see
This was
you as
great.
well, Sam. Absolutely, and nice to meet Denise. You'll be there on Thursday. Cool. We'll see you on Thursday. Thank you for that. And yeah, we're praying for speedy recovery. Shut down 3 weeks after, still recovering. Okay.
Mm.
All right. So yeah, speedy recovery to
Oh
you.
man. Yeah. I hope you feel better soon.
Blessings on you all. Pierre said it was great. Want to join? Oh man. See, I appreciate you, Pierre.
Awesome.
Thank you for putting yourself out there. So Pierre was a part of a cohort that we just recently did.
Yeah. It was
And
great.
I appreciate that. Thank you for the endorsement, bro. That is awesome, man. I appreciate you for doing that.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Listen, family, it was a blessing. Uh, and we will see
Great
you all.
discussion,
Great
Stacy.
discussion.
Thanks for
Thank you.
joining us.
Thank you for that. Hey, Gary, thank you, man. Thank you for being here as well. We
Hmm.
appreciate you. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. And we are working on consistently bringing these to you. Life has been lifing.
Yeah.
And so I think we're kind of getting back
Trying to get
into
back in the swing of
into the
things.
swing of things.
Hmm.
And so as such, we'll be giving you some more of these. All right. So Sam, appreciate you. Yes, I will be married next week. I was joking. I was joking. We'll be married. We'll be married next week. These conversations actually keep us, keep us on our toes and help us craft some strategy. So good stuff. All right. So we're
Yeah.
going to get out of here. We love y'all. Thank you for making this conversation great with your involvement. And we will see you
We
next
will
time.
see you next week. Bye, everyone.